嗨，大家好，今天跟大家分享一下我跟我先生在认识之前都经历过的那种人生低谷。我记得那段时间我的情绪非常的低落，我觉得我苦了一辈子，什么都没得到，自己的事业没了，甚至没个可靠的去处，真想一了百了。要不是遇上我先生，我真不知道我的结局会是什么样子的。那段时间我先生也同样经历着人生最不如意的时刻，我们两个人在一起实际上是把彼此从人生的低谷中拉了出来。所以说，建立美好的两性关系是治愈破碎人生的最好良药，因为只有在这种良好的夫妻关系中，我们才会敞开心扉，把自己的内心世界毫无保留地展现给对方。不管是好的情绪还是坏的情绪，都能够得到彼此的尊重和理解。我们在一起实际上也会产生很多的矛盾，但是我先生很善于和我沟通和交流，这让我的情绪很快的能够得到舒缓，所以我们之间从来没有什么大的冲突，很多问题都能够在这种沟通和交流当中彼此做出妥协和让步。一个内心孤独的人是很容易被抑郁击垮的，即使是像我先生这样的一个医生，也同样经历过生与死的考验。Have you had depression?
I have at times, yeah. Yeah. When I was in my 20s and even early 30s, there were times where I would be very depressed for 5 days, 10 days at a time. No idea why. Just felt like nothing was ever going to work out. Everything was always going to be bad. Didn't matter what I'm going to do.
Did you thought about to die?
Oh, well, I mean, I've thought about dying multiple times since I was a teenager.
Wow.
I wasn't, some of those times I was depressed. But some of the times it wasn't that I was depressed, it's just that as a teenager, I was growing up and realizing that the adult world was not nearly as good and nice as I thought it was when I was 8. You know, I thought when you get to be an adult, everything's perfect.
But it's not.
It's not. And so at 15 or 16, you start realizing that. And I had this sense of, well, if it's always just going to be, you know, get up, go to work, go home, pay the bills, why do it? Why not just check out? Why go through all of that for 40 or 50 years? I couldn't see a reason to go on to become an adult. Past my teenage years, yeah, there were still some times throughout my life that I thought about dying. And I would say for the last several years before I met you, I thought about dying a lot.
I guess.
Well, of course you guessed so. I told you that.
Yes.
Yes, you guessed after I told you. Wow, good guesser.
So I think so. It's not guess. It's think.
So yeah, we've talked about this some. You know, when I felt like my career wasn't really changing anything, wasn't really helping many people, didn't see it going anywhere. I mean, I had a good job and I was getting good pay. I just felt like, well, there's so much more I can do, but I can't find a place where I can do what I do well. And of course, my home life was just pretty much worthless.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the in the 3 to 5 years before I met you, yeah, there were lots of thoughts about dying. At least in vague ways, in just the general idea of not wanting to continue, even if I wasn't directly thinking about death, just the idea of, why am I doing this? That happened almost every day.
Hard time. Luckily, you got through it.
Through it.
Through it.
No, it's not one word. It's not through it. It's 2 words. Through it.
Yeah, luckily, you got through it.
There you go. Well, luckily I met you. As bad as it was for years before I met you, it really is kind of dramatic and surprising how that's just all gone.
Thank you, see that. I'm very glad to hear about that. I'm very happy.